There's a good book called The Politics of Schizophrenia. You should read it. Written about the Black Panther and Black liberation armies of the 60s and 70s. The book talks about how a lot of our freedom fighters was locked up against their will in mental hospitals because the government could do a better job keeping them off the streets that way than they ever could with criminal court. Why is this important to y'all? Because some of y'all playing crazy to get a check.
Yep. Come on.
I know what y'all do, because y'all call me up. Clap to them, or you think you can, you know, say I'm a little off so I can get that money. But what you fail to realize is in most states there's laws on the books that allow the police to arrest anybody who's been prescribed medication and not taking it. Right. You also need to know that once you let yourself get diagnosed as crazy, you have now opened the door for Child Protective Services. Child Protective Services to come in and say, excuse me, Mr. Johnson, you was diagnosed with major depression. Your daughter's coming to school crying. And we think that you might not be able at this time to raise her. So the state has decided to take her from you and give her to a foster parent and see how you recover. And if you don't recover up to our expectation, we're going to make her a permanent adoptive child. And then we're going to give her to a sexually confused couple.
You go. That's it.
I'm telling you what I know. I live it every day. They are taking black kids out of your heterosexual home and putting them in homosexual homes. Remember that. Sexually confused couples can't have kids. So if they want them, they got to adopt them. And the black kids appear to be earmarked for the gay couples. Come on. They take them from your house for some foolishness and then put them in a house where they can learn how great it is to grow up with two daddies or two mommies. Come on, man. I know, because the kids come to me complaining, Dr. Umar, I don't like living where I'm living, but I'd rather be here than at home when I used to get molested by my foster brother. And do you know black people are least likely to adopt our own children? Yep. Shame on us. You are the least likely to adopt a child who looks like you. Right. Soon when the newborns come, everybody wants the black newborns because they're gorgeous. They still got good hair. And by the time they leave, when they kick them the hell back, because the naps is back. So everybody want the newborn black babies, especially the white people. They love that little baby. Who's the hardest child to get adopted in America? Blacks 13 to 17. Nobody want our teenagers. Oh, hell no. You don't want them. White people don't want them. So you know what they do? They run away from the group homes. And they become the criminals in the street. So you got to understand something. A lot of the crime we got is our own making. We turned our back on them kids. We could have helped them, but we didn't. And now they robbing us. And now you can't walk down the street at night because of your own karma. Let's be clear about that. I don't care how many kids you got, everybody in here should consider adopting a child. If you can't adopt, be a foster parent. If you can't be a foster parent, be an emergency placement parent. Do you know what that is? That's if I got to take a kid out of a house because he was sexually abused by his uncle. I got to put him somewhere until I can find him a more permanent place. That will be you. I'll call you up 2 o'clock in the morning. Look, this young man, he's 8, he needs a home. Can we bring him to you? You're looking for a permanent place. You say, sure. Come to your house. He might be there for a couple hours, might be there for a couple weeks. At least you can do that. They pay you for it. Not that you should be doing this for money, but you do get compensated for your time. So all of us need to consider doing that, because you think you got homosexuality now, you ain't got nothing yet. Okay, they breeding this stuff. And they're giving our babies to sexually confused couples to make sure they grow up with that type of a mindset. You better start looking at your children's textbooks, because in the textbooks, they now got gay families in the cartoons. But you don't even look in there, so you don't even know. California right now, they have mandatory gay history in the public schools. New York City incorporated into the social studies curriculum. And you better check right here, because most of the states are putting it in the curriculum and they're not even telling you what's in there. All the high schools got gay and lesbian clubs. And one of the teachers is the faculty advisor. It is legal because under Obama, homosexuality became a civil right. Can I ask you a question? How does something go from mental illness in 1972 to civil right in 2013? How is it that the homosexuals got more rights in 4 years than you got in 400? Come on now. Now let me clarify. I work with homosexual and lesbian teens. So I don't believe in hating nobody. Because everybody here suffers from post-traumatic slavery disorder. They just got the sexual type. So if I'm not going to hurt you for your sickness, because you got one, I'm not going to hurt them either. But I need them to understand that I can't tolerate that type of lifestyle either. I had a homosexual brother call me up one day. He said, Dr. Umar, I love your work. I follow you, man. I listen to you at the job, in the house. Listen to you when I'm taking my shower. I said, But he said, I got a question. I'm with you on Pan-Africanism. But I need you to explain to me why I and my homosexual lesbian brethren cannot be nationalists. Are you telling me I cannot be gay and nationalist? I said, no. He said, explain it. I said, sure. I said, the word nationalism comes from the same root as the word nature. It means to procreate, to reproduce, to proliferate, to progenitate. So if you, as a homosexual, are engaging in a lifestyle that prevents the next generation of Africans from being born, then your lifestyle is about death. Nationalism is about life. You cannot be both at the same time. I said, wow, I never looked at it like that. I said, well, now you have. And you ready for your masculinization therapy? I'm here for you. But brothers and sisters, another reason why I can't repudiate them, I repudiate the behavior, but I can't repudiate the African, because I know at the heart, their essence is divinity. But I also know that the reason why most of them are gay and lesbian is because some of y'all love leaving your kids with other people. Tonight is Saturday, club night. I got clubs in Arkansas. Cows and horses. Most of our kids who are sexually abused are abused by people who know them. Most of the time it's relatives. And it's not always men. Women molest too. Okay? Because I deal with the cases. And most of our kids, most gay boys that I've ever worked with were molested by male relatives prior to their 13th birthday. Most of the lesbian girls were molested by men too prior to their 13th birthday, or grew up in homes where they saw their mothers get physically abused by men. It created a hatred for the black man. So much so that she wants to spend the rest of her life with a woman because loving a black man is dangerous to my health. And our boys grow up looking for daddy. I need that masculine energy in my life. And so they run into a father figure who's providing them with that masculine energy. Eddie Wrong, Jerry Sandusky, providing them with that masculine energy. And then they manipulate it into a sexual escapade. Because they know the boys crave the father figure. And then it turns into sexual molestation. These kids didn't wake up that way. Nobody black was born that way. That's propaganda. Okay? Homosexuality grows out of Greco-Roman culture, where most of the guys was gay. Agape and Zeus and Apollo. Read the myths. Talks about how they like playing with boys when they wasn't doing their godly duties. Roman Catholic Church based on the belief that the woman is the handmaiden of the devil. You made Adam bite from the tree, so you's a devil. So since I'm a guy, if I need to have sex, I'm not going to touch a devil. I'd rather touch another God. And that's why you got all that pedophilia running through the Roman Catholic Church. Why they don't want the woman? What's wrong with a pastor being married? Jesus was, because the Greco-Roman culture is based on hatred for the woman. And unfortunately, we as black men have sucked it up, and we sucked it up in our religions too. That's right. Domestic violence is at an all-time high in the black community. Everybody in here knows a black woman getting beat on by her husband, and the pastor won't do a damn thing about it because he's a coward. The E-man won't do a damn thing about it because he's a coward. All you Afrocentrics won't do a damn thing about it because you're a coward too. How many black women got to suffer before we stand up and do something about this? And black women, y'all need to do a better job of protecting your sisters too. Because some of y'all know they're getting beat on, but you don't want to give them a helping hand. They can't sleep on your couch because you got a man, and You want to make sure she ain't baking cookies with your husband when you at work. So she got to keep on getting beat in her house. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't like what's happening, but I don't want to hear with Henry. Okay? If Henry want to bake a cookie, Henry gonna bake a cookie any damn way. And that's what he's gonna do. Whether he want oatmeal raisin, chocolate chip, fudge, brownie, salt batch. If he's a cookie monster, he's gonna be a cookie monster anyway. Okay? But that's the last lecture. Let me come back on.